Hello, welcome to this episode of Hampton Roads Business Live. My name is Rory Graham and I'm your host, and today we have the pleasure of having with us Gail Mottola, who's the Executive Director of Let's Open Doors here in Hampton Roads. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Why don't we just start with giving us an overview of what is Let's Open Doors?
Okay. Let's Open Doors is an organization that is trying to make sure that everyone has equal access to goods and services in Hampton Roads. It's actually a national endeavor, but we're starting here in Hampton Roads.
Well, Hampton Roads is a good place to start.
You got it.
All right. Now let's just kind of talk about how you're doing that, what you're talking about. You're talking about making doorways more accessible for people who have a disability or
Correct.
handicap of some sort, or even if they're a family with a stroller and a
Absolutely.
and the kids. And,
right.
It's a
multi-generational issue for people that are disabled at birth or accident, disease, and all our veterans that need assistance and aging, as well as the young people with small children.
Okay, so let's just make the problem a little more real. Describe the typical situation, for instance. I know they're all a little different, but describe a typical situation where it becomes a problem for people.
Okay.
I think a lot of people that aren't disabled don't know.
No, they don't, because they don't need accommodation at the door. When you have a need for accessible entry door hardware, you have to have a situation whereby the door handle does not have to be tightly grasped, and also that the door will stay open for the time that it takes you to get a stroller in, or to actually get a wheelchair or a walker through the doorway. And so if that door stays open for 5 seconds, you can do that. Otherwise, the door hits as you go in. So again, the equal access to goods and services means that you have to get in the store. And not only that, essentially, that gives you the relationship with that store owner.
Okay, so to paraphrase a little bit then, we have, I know in talking to you earlier, we have 700,000 plus disabled here in Hampton Roads. That's a lot of people.
It is a lot of people, and that essentially is a 2010 figure from the Virginia Commission.
So we're looking at much more.
Much more.
So as a business owner, you're looking at, you're not talking about an automatic doors, you're talking about just some hardware that makes the doors work for people with disabilities.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what that hardware is?
I sure can. The old hardware is the hardware that has a flat panel, and again has to be pinched to open, and when you get that pinched like that, you have to get your hand around as you're trying to hold on to a walker, or you're trying to hold on to a wheelchair and wheel yourself in. And so the door will close immediately, and it hits the person that is trying to keep their balance. Can really throw someone off balance in terms of that. Again, the person is already struggling with so many difficulties if they're already compromised. And so to have a business open their doors means so much to that person.
Okay, and it would be a benefit to the business as well.
It would be a benefit to
the and some good publicity for them as a community.
Right. The goodwill will bring loyal customers. Yeah. They just want to get into the business. They wouldn't go there if they didn't want something from that store.
That's true.
So we don't want the businesses to lose money. We want to support the local businesses. And by keeping their doors accessible and open, then that way they can have that relationship with those customers.
And we're not talking about a lot of money for the hardware for the door.
No. The hardware costs approximately $140, and that essentially is the ADA compliant door handle, which is tubular. and not having to be pinched. And then also the inner bar does not have any obstruction on it, and it is also tubular. They can find that hardware on our website. It shows pictures of it, etc. It also shows the Sheriff's Office helping Virginia Beach owners of businesses. They will come out and actually install that hardware for them. Mm-hmm. We've tried to make it so that it's very easy for them in a very simple solution, and the simplest is that they come to the door and open the door for somebody that they see needs that accommodation. Not every owner will be able to see it. Mm-hmm. So the best thing is to change that door hardware, $140.
I would think that, a lot of business owners are totally unaware that there's a problem.
I think they are. Right.
And
as is the general public.
Right.
And so that's why the public awareness is so important to have this happen. It's a partnership between businesses and their customers.
All right. Well, how did you and your husband get involved in this?
Well, Lou was a former professor of statistics as well as being a Vietnam veteran. His service in Vietnam and exposure to Agent Orange caused Parkinson's disease dementia as part of his retirement package. So
it's a benefit you didn't really need, huh?
Benefit he did not need, no. But we found that we were getting discouraged about going out and being in community, in part because of the doors. And so essentially we like to challenge. And we said, okay, this is happening to us. It's happening to so many people. Let's do something about it. And that's what we've done.
Okay, well, it's certainly a worthy cause. So what is your, this is something that affects, consumers can get involved with, certainly businesses can get involved with and call you and take you up on
absolutely
on that. Is the hardware local?
We are in the process of making it so that it is local. The lever handles for business stores, offices and so forth, they're already available. But the ADA hardware for stores is not readily available. We do have a list of places where you can order it from online. All of that is on our website, letsOpenDoors.net. But essentially, we try to make it as easy as possible. And the wonderful part, it's affordable, $140, and it is readily achievable. It takes 1 hour to change the closer that is at the top of the door, and then essentially the door hardware to do it.
Handle and the bar.
And the bar.
Okay, all right.
And the handle.
And now you've got a call to action program going right now. So
we do.
Tell us about that.
Okay, it is one person, one door, one store. We're asking the public to honor a person in their life. If it's a loved one, a neighbor, someone that they're familiar with in an organization, to honor that person by taking a brochure and just leaving it on a counter in a business. And if they feel a little bit more secure in talking with the business owner about what their need is, then essentially telling them how much that door change would be. There's an application that they can fill out that lets Open Doors coordinate with them and the sheriff's office to install the door hardware once they have purchased it.
Okay. All right, well,
good.
Okay, so if you're a business owner, I'm sure you probably were not even aware of this issue, but now that you are, it's a simple fix, and you can get more information by going to the website or giving Gail a call here at the number that's at the bottom of this page or at the end of this video, and I'm sure they can answer any questions that you have and get you some more business. And my experience with business owners that have come in here talking is very community oriented. Business does a lot for this community.
I know it does.
And given the chance, I think they'll step up.
That's terrific. And it will help them as well. It's a win-win situation.
Right, it is a win-win situation. Yep. Okay. Thank you very much for coming in, and wish you a great deal of success.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.